Alright guys, do you like it fruity? Well, today we're talking about fruity fragrances. This is sort of an update to the video I did last year where I featured like 20 or 25 different fruity fragrances. But today I'm going to talk about 10 of them. And these are either newer ones that I'm enjoying and a few others that were featured in the last video that I'm still enjoying. So if you want to find out my top 10 fruity fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. That's right, today we're talking about fruity fragrances, whether it's cherries, whether it's blackberries, whether it's, pineapple or other fruits, or just a bunch of fruits in one fragrance, because some of them say they are just fruity notes. You can't really make out, maybe they're peaches, apricots, or whatever. All fruits are covered here, but I've got 10 fragrances. But the sad thing is, one of my fragrances that I bought earlier this year I've left at my mom's, and I'm going to mention that one without showing you the bottle. But before we do all that, if this is your first time tuning into this channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So yeah, last year I did a video on fruity fragrances and I was throwing in a ton of different fragrances in there. Since then I've acquired several other fruity fragrances, and I wanted to tell you about those and also feature some of the ones that I'm still enjoying that were featured in that last video. So let's get right to it. But before I do that, do you like fruity fragrances? And if you do, what are your favorite fruity fragrances? And also, what fruits do you enjoy in fragrances? So we're going to start off with L'Artisan Parfumeur MURE et MUSC, this one right here. So this one actually is one of my favorite blackberry fragrances, because interesting thing with this one, it's musky, it's fruity with the blackberries, it's also aromatic with the basil. There's some other red berries in here, but the whole overall experience is almost like a bar of fruity, musky, aromatic soap. I love that about it. It's such a great scent. And sadly, I haven't really tested out the EDP or the extreme version of this one, but this is the original Eau de Toilette version, and I really, really love it. It's not like anything intense, it's not like loud, but it's a great, great scent if you like it fruity, slightly soapy, clean, musky, and aromatic, and just a combination is great. And this has been around for years. I think this is from the 70s, and it's been around since then, and it still smells great today. Anyway, this is MURE et MUSC from L'Artisan Parfumeur. So this one is maybe more of a fall winter wear fragrance, not on the freshy side. This is Lost Cherry from Tom Ford, and I'm still enjoying this one. I really do enjoy the way it smells, and I love the whole cherry liqueur, cherry almond liqueur kind of a thing, because what's going on with this one, there's loads of cherries, loads of almonds. There is a liqueur note. That's not really saying what kind of liqueur note, but it seems like it's an almond liqueur. Tonka beans, Peru balsam, vanilla, plums, benzoin, sandalwood, cinnamon, cedar, rose. So delicious. Only thing with this one is I feel like it's not the most intense fragrance, so I wish it had more of an intensity to it. I mean, when you smell it, it kind of smells like it's intense, but fruity fragrances in general are not like beastly kind of experiences, so I just wish this one was a little stronger so that I can enjoy it when it's really, really cold outside, because I feel like this can go into that direction of like being a very intense wintry fragrance, but sadly it doesn't, but it still smells great. This is Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. I absolutely love that fragrance. You know, I didn't love it at first, but it really grew on me, and I love the combination of that bitter almondy quality with the fruity cherry note. Anyway, this next one is from the house of HERMES. This is Eau de Rhubarbe ECARLATE. So this has been in my collection for quite some time. I think going back to 2014 or 2015, somewhere around there, when I first bought it as a duo with their Neroli. And I've come to love this one a lot more than their Neroli, even though I like the Neroli as well. But this is all about rhubarb, red berries, and white musk. The combination is great. It is an eau de cologne, so it doesn't last as long. The performance is not as good, but you just, you know, spray a bunch of it on because it's not overly expensive, this fragrance. And I just love that whole combination of rhubarb with red berries and musk. There's just a really, really pleasant smell to it, and it sort of kind of acts like it's a cozy and comforting experience because it's these fruits. And then also the rhubarb has a very gelatinous, like almost like aloe vera like quality to begin with. So it just feels jelly-like, kind of just sits on you and smells fantastic because the combination is great. I love rhubarb in pies, of course, and of course red berries together with white musk. It's really delicious. So that is Hermes Eau de Rhubarbe Écarlate. I think you can find really good deals for that one. So this next one is a fragrance from the house of KAJAL. This is a fragrance called DAHAB, this one right here. Really, really fantastic fruity fragrance. So this one, it does have a kind of a woody, dry woody backbone. Like if you're smelling the fragrance, your nose is hitting the fruits, and the fruits are passion fruit and green apple in here. But there's musk and amber in here as well, and some light citrusy touches, but it's surrounded, all those notes that I'm talking about, most of the fruits is surrounded like a dusting of wood. So there is a woody quality to it, maybe almost like some saffron in here as well. But overall, really wonderful fruity fragrance. The passion fruit and the green apple, the crisp, there's a crispness about the green apple, and the passion fruit has this unique, slightly tropical-esque fruitiness. Really, really delicious, guys. If you guys don't know it, do check it out. This is DAHAB from the house of KAJAL. I don't have a full review of this one. No, maybe I do. Go check it out. But I have several reviews from this house on the channel. So that is DAHAB from KAJAL. This next one is focusing on pineapples, and this is Parle de Parfum Mile High, number 38. I did a review of this one early this year, very, very early. I think I launched it on New Year's Day. So I love this combination. When I say there's pineapple in here, it doesn't smell like Aventus, so not at all. This is the anti-Aventus, but I can't really call it that anyway, because just because it has pineapple, it doesn't go in that direction. Because what's going on with this one is there's pineapple, there's tonka beans, there's Immortelle and Patchouli. Mostly that. So Immortelle has a dry experience. It's kind of like a dried flower, so it has caramel brown sugar nuances. And tonka beans are, of course, slightly tobacco-ish, bitter almondish kind of qualities. And the pineapple and the patchouli, it's very, very sexy. I really, really do love this one because it's fantastic. And I love pineapple. It's one of my favorite fruits. And it's also one of my favorite things to have in cocktails, like any kind of a pineapple cocktail. If I see on a menu, I'm the one that's going to order it because I absolutely love the way pineapple tastes. So this is a great, great alternative to a fragrance featuring pineapples that's not smelling like Aventus, if that makes sense. So check this one out. It's a great, great fruity fragrance, but it smells like fruits in the fall, because whenever you add Immortelle in the notes, it goes into that fall direction, almost like dried shrubs, dried grass, dried hay, whatever. It just kind of goes in that direction. So it's almost like you're having pineapple in the fall. Does that make sense? Anyway, Parle de Parfum Mile High, number 38 is a great, great fragrance. Check it out. So there's a fruity fragrance from the house of Frederic Malle that I'm really enjoying lately, and I've actually said I've been wanting to do a review of it. I have not made the review, but this is the Moon from Frederic Malle. Absolutely loving this particular fragrance, guys. This is part of the Desert Gems collection. I think it's called Desert Gems. I'm drawing a blank. Which features the Night, Dawn, Promise, and then the Moon, which just came out. And this actually has become my favorite in the collection. It's Beat Out Promise, because I just love the way everything is blended together. So there's raspberry, there's oud, there's leather, there's olibanum, there's red berries, rose, patchouli, there's lychee fruit. So those are all the... There's also some red currants. So there's loads of different fruits, but they're not so ultra standoutish fruits, so that it's nicely balanced with everything else that's going on in here. So there is an oudi quality. There's a very resinous quality from the olibanum, so it's slightly smokiness. The saffron is also pretty, prominent, so it's spicy. It's aromatic with that note, but it also has great sandalwood and amber. So the whole entire combination is working so wonderfully together. It really, really does work magic. And just one thing I forgot is also the leather in here. There's some leathery nuances in here as well, but just as a scent, it's great. It smells fantastic. It's fruity where it's not being overly fruity. It's oud where it's not being overly oudy. There's rose in here, but it's also not being overly rosy. It's just everything is the right amount. Even the leather is the right amount. The olibanum is the right amount just works magic. Anyway, this is Frederic Malle's The Moon Fruity, Oody, Rosy, Resinous Leather. Great, great scent. That's The Moon. So this next one from the house of Gallagher Fragrances, Perfecto. Have you tried this one yet? This is a great, great scent, and I feel like the last 3 fragrances that came out from Gallagher Fragrances are my 3 favorites from this house, which includes All Rosé All Day. It also includes the one with the chocolate, I'm drawing a blank with the name, and then now Perfecto. But Perfecto features pears, melons, bananas, but there's also all kinds of woody, citrusy kind of notes as well, like driftwood, grapefruit, patchouli, cedar. There's some bergamot, the violet leaves, yuzu, and some champaka. But a great, great scent. It's a great combination of fruits together, and I never thought to combine pear, melon, and banana, but it really does work here, and everything else with this fragrance. It smells great on me. It's also very, very intense, but a fantastic fruity fragrance from an indie house that you guys definitely should look into if you haven't, or keep an eye on, because I think Daniel's fragrances are getting better and better, and I really love them. As I said, the last 3 fragrances is I think the chocolate and Tonka one is called Wicked Good. I just remembered it. So Rosé All Day, Wicked Good, and now Perfecto. 3 really great fragrances from this house that you should definitely check out. So that's Perfecto from the house of Gallagher Fragrances. Check that one out. So this next one is a great fruity fragrance that I discovered late last summer. This is Accento Overdose from the house of Xerjoff. So here with this fragrance, it's ultra fruity, but I feel like they don't really tell you what the fruits are. You kind of have to guess yourself. So when I'm smelling them, I do get like apricots and peachy touches. I'm also getting light tropical fruits, like perhaps passion fruit, and also some melons. So the combination is really, really delicious. The fruitiness is really, really delicious. But there's loads of jasmine in here, so it's almost like a balance of lots of different fruits, like a fruit compote with jasmine, and delicious combo. Really, really delicious combo. Add some rose, add some greenish lily of the valley, additional green notes, aldehydes, eucalyptus, and pine note. Fantastic fragrance to wear in the summertime when you want something really intense that lasts a long time. This is it right here, Accento Overdose. The trail I leave with this fragrance is fantastic, and I haven't received a lot of compliments with this one, but here and there they do come in occasionally, and of course not these days, because we're not really smelling people around these days with the pandemic. But when I wore it before the pandemic, I did receive a few compliments here and there, because I love the way it smells, and then you can tell other people like the smell as well. People were saying great things about it. Anyway, this is Accento Overdose, a wonderful fruity fragrance. If you don't know it, do check it out. All right, this next one is from the house of Étalibres d'Orange. This is I Am Trash. So I Am Trash is all about green apple. So this is an ultra fruity green apple fragrance, but there's also loads of ISOE super, rose, akigala wood, cedar, and sandalwood. So it's the fruits and the rose that are like the lighter notes balanced with like woods. So it's a nice contrast of those types of notes. And the apple is pretty much what's running the show. It's a nice balance of it. It's crunchy, it's crisp. And then that ISOE super, it's the synthetic molecule that smells like cedar sandalwood. But there's also this akigala wood in here. There's cedar and sandalwood. So it's an ultra woody experience with really, really fruity touches and slight rosy floral touches. But a great, great scent. And the story behind this is great as well. If you don't know anything about this I Am Trash, it doesn't smell like trash. Basically, it's recycling food items that were tossed by restaurants to create notes to use in the perfume. So a great, great idea. Go watch my full review of this one, and a great fragrance that's fruity with loads of apple. So check it out. This is Étalibres d'Orange, I Am Trash. So the next fragrance and the last fragrance I'm going to talk about too is the fragrance that I don't have with me. Basically, I wanted to feature Dior's Rouge Trafalgar in this video, but sadly I have left out with my mom, so I don't have the bottle with me and I have not visiting her. But that one, and then this particular one, it's called Melagrana from the house of Bottega Veneta, are sort of similar ideas, similar ballpark. With this one, it's blackcurrant pomegranates and cedar. With the Rouge Trafalgar, there's blackcurrant, raspberry, cherries, strawberries. There's also grapefruit, musk, mandarin, orange, and patchouli. But to me, they kind of smell similar. And again, this one has blackcurrant, this one has pomegranate, cedar. The other one has similar notes. They sort of smell similar, but I love them both for their fruitiness because they're really fresh and refreshing fruity fragrances. And they're still perfect for warm days. And of course, they're also great in the winter time as well if you want some lift me up with some bright, happy fragrances. But I do want to point out Melagrana from the Parco Palladiano collection from Bottega Veneta, and of course Dior's Rouge Trafalgar is a great scent for me. I love that one from that collection from Dior, and sadly the last couple, or no, just the last one, the Oud Rosewood was okay. It was not my favorite, but I felt like, even though Rouge Trafalgar is not anything groundbreaking, but I felt like it was a great scent, and it's a great wear. So, you know, sometimes you can buy fragrances that when you smell them, you go, okay, I've smelled this before, but this smells great. Or other times you buy fragrances that go, oh my God, this is a fantastic smell I've never smelled before. Whereas Rouge Trafalgar smells very like that. Like I've smelled it before, but it's a great scent. I do want to own it. And again, this also kind of comes close to that, but both of them are great fragrances featuring black currants, because I really love this note and they're very fruity. Anyway, those are my favorite fruity fragrances currently, guys. Let me know if you're fans of fruity fragrances, and also let me know what are your favorite fruits and fragrances, and also name your favorite fruity fragrances in general. Let me find out, and if there's more out there that I should sample, I will definitely check into. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Otherwise, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.